Welcome everyone to our holiday meal. This is not just a holiday meal, this is a holiday meal that is straight from nature. So we're going to be taking a little tour here. We've got a basket full here of Earth's Bounty. My name is Dorit. I'm a certified living foods chef and I welcome you to our table of harvest and plenty. What we have here is an abundance of gifts from the earth. As you can see here, we've got Swiss chard and mustard greens, and these are from an amazing farm that is actually beyond organics. It's a Japanese farm, and the Japanese have a place in Japan called MOA, which is the Mokichi Okado Association, and what they do is they actually go beyond organics, where they bless the earth and they actually are very much in touch with all that goes into the earth to make the food. We could actually do a whole session on that, but we won't today, but I want to show you how alive the food is from there. These are Japanese eggplants. We've got some persimmon here. We've got some more eggplants here, and you can see we've got also some pomegranate right here. The pomegranates are here, and this is really one of the blessings of the holidays, is that we get to see what it is that the earth, all the earth's gifts and bounties, we get to celebrate them. So welcome and celebrate with us today a raw living foods vegan holiday meal. Now over here you can have, of course, every single raw person knows this, an avocado, and we've got our squashes because it is autumn, so we've got our squashes for the autumn. And on this plate you can see that we have chopped up some black olives from Living Tree Community Foods, which are my favorite olives. We've got here goji berries, very high in antioxidants. We'll be using that for our raw breakfast. We've got some chopped up garlic, and we've got ginger, which has been peeled. So here we've now got our herbs. We're going to be having lots of herbs, and this is the mint. We're going to be using mint today. And over here you will see that we have the pomegranates. These are the kernels of the pomegranates. We're going to be using this in our salad. We've got here some amazing raisins, which pity you cannot try this. We cannot push it through the camera for you. It would be great if you could, but this is from MOA. And the people who are here today, I want to try this because you won't have tasted raisins like this before. And this is just freshly dried from the sun and the earth. And then we have some more herbs over here, which we've chopped up. We've got some scallions, also called green onions. We've got some cilantro, we've got some basil. And of course here, we cannot have the holidays without cinnamon sticks. So we've got some fresh organic cinnamon sticks, which we've also ground, and I've ground some stuff already and put into some spices for us. We've also got here, this is an amazing company from Toronto. It's a new Canadian company, and they've got amazing organic spices. All their spices are organic. So we're going to be using some of this, and you'll see that the food tastes different with these spices. Now this is the ginger before it's been peeled. Those of you who are new to the earth and the gifts of the earth, this is a ginger before it is peeled. This is one of my greatest presents to you because I love this. It is crucial for the winter if you want to winterize your diet. And we've got here from a company up in North Carolina called Ulimama. They make this food, Ulimama Mana. And this is a superfood that they make called, well, they have got, this one is the raw blessings, which we're going to use. And we're going to be putting the raw blessings on our breakfast, our raw breakfast this morning. And it's a combination of different dried fruits and nuts. And I find this is very convenient when I'm traveling. And then they've got a raw chocolate with goji berries in it and raw honey and all sort of things. We're going to be making some dessert out of this, and we're going to be doing some other fun stuff with this later on today too. Then we've got our chopped up tomatoes, and then we've got raw honey, and this is the only company whose honey I use because the people who actually, the beekeepers, are vegan. So there's no damage done to the bees here. So those who are vegan and don't eat honey, you can eat this one ethically without feeling that you've robbed the bees of anything. And it's called wee bee honey. And then we've got some chopped up red bell peppers, and we've got a lot of people to thank today for chopping the food. Thank you all very much. And we've got the book here. This is the book, Celebrating Our Raw Nature. And we've got here of course, it's the holiday time, so we've got some mushrooms, and these are portobello mushrooms we're using today. Those of you who are transitioning or tasting raw for the first time, this is a good way to go because it feels as if you're eating meat. Those of you who are still addicted, and that taste and the flavor and the punch that you get from meat, this is what would be a great substitute for you to use. We have got my favorite green, which is watercress. If you look in the book, you'll see that almost every other thing has watercress except for the desserts. And one day I will come up with a dessert with watercress. And we've got some wonderful pea sprouts up here. These are my favorite sprouts. Pea sprouts. And then we've got some capers from France, very raw, organic capers. And we've got, of course, bananas. And this is every child's usually favorite. And of course, for the winter season, it's good to have the bananas. And then we've also got some other things like the goji berries. This is the goji berry that I use because this is the only one that I know has been tested in a lab and doesn't have any pesticides on it and is certified to be free of any pesticides on it. And this is from extremehealthus.com. This is the one that I specifically use. So this is the one that we have here. So you have here gifts from everyone from the whole earth. This is the Celtic sea salt I use, the flower of the ocean. This is my preference. I speak about it a lot in the book of why I like it. And this does make a huge difference in the flavor of the food plus all the nutrients. We're also going to be using the soft hemp, again from Canada. This is from Ruth's Hemp Foods. And this hemp is organic from Canada. And it's very, very soft, but yet crunchy. And will give you the taste of almost meat. So we're going to be using this as well today. My favorite olive oil comes from Spain, and that's why we're using it, Nunes de Prado today. This is an olive oil that I use in the book a lot, Nunes de Prado, and you'll see why I use it, those of you who will be tasting it. And then we've got some almonds back here, which I have already soaked, and they were soaked overnight, and then they were dried, and we're going to be using them for the first thing we're making almond milk. So the reason why we're doing almond milk first, that's usually the first thing we give children, is milk. And so we're starting from the beginning, from scratch. So join me in the kitchen now over here. As we go, we've got celery juice here, which we just freshly made some celery juice. And we've got some pears. As you notice, this is mainly seasonal stuff. We're doing seasonal cuisine. These are cranberries. And then we've got here, someone gave us a gift of some raw chocolate. Thank you, Michael, I believe it was. And then I've got chopped up already some very hot, spicy peppers. And this is to winterize the foods and also to winterize us and make us much cleaner because it will kill all our little guests inside, like our yeast and the other parasites. And this is a blend I made. This is a Middle Eastern blend that I put together for seasoning. And then we've got here some seaweed, which I made beforehand and which we're going to be using later on when we do the salad. This is the seaweed, so I prefer the green. See, everything is green with us. And of course we have garlic. This is the way it comes out of the earth. This is the way the cloves of garlic look like. And here is what I want to show you now is the watercress. Notice, I prefer to buy them with the roots on. This way you know they're really alive, they're fresh, and I only take the roots off as we're about to use them. And there are different kinds of watercress. This is just one kind of watercress. And so over here we've already started making some meals, but we're going to go from scratch to show you everything. So what I have here, we're starting with the breakfast. And this is a new breakfast cereal with which I'm coming out. And both this woman, Holly, in Connecticut, and I put this together. And it's a raw oats with barley and rye. It's a muesli, it's a raw muesli and tricotel. And it's an amazing raw breakfast for you to have during the winter. Now, what we did was we soaked it overnight before and then drained it. And I'm going to make the milk for this now. So this will be the raw breakfast in the morning. And then we will have the milk, which we're going to learn to make now. So for the milk, we need the almonds. And this is a special juice blender that we have. The two that I recommend for raw in the book are the Blendtec, the K-Tech, HP3, or the Vitamix. And this is the one that is really powerful. These are two powerful blenders. Now you can, if you don't have a powerful blender, use it too, but it's not going to be as effective and you won't get as much of the milk out of it. So this has 3 different buttons. The middle button I happen to like. If you're buying the one with the 2 buttons on the outside, it's not recommended for raw because you do need to have the option of turning it lower or further up, plus it doesn't spurt at you immediately.